Are you flying from the Philippines to Singapore? Let us get to know what are the travel requirements that you have to prepare for so that you will be ready once you visit or go back for work in Singapore. Watch this video and find out. Hi everyone and welcome to Jamey Iris TALK TV. And you will definitely get updated on what are the travel requirements for Singapore once you fly from the Philippines. And to all our subscribers, I simply want to say welcome back. And if you are new in my channel, I am simply so glad that you are watching this video, and I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel so that you'll always get updated with the latest travel guidelines, protocols, and current events and other videos that will definitely be helpful for you. Now, as we start, these are the topics that we will be discussing for today. Flying from the Philippines to Singapore, number one, who are the allowed travelers? Number two, we'll also discuss what are the accepted COVID-19 vaccination in this country. And then number three, what are the medical requirements that you are expected to provide? And last but not the least, what are the travel requirements or documents that you have to, again, provide or prepare before you fly to Singapore? Now, the source that I will be using is from the Philippine Airlines. Now, please take note, they have mentioned that the information that they usually have on the website can be used as a guideline, but because of the constant change or changes when it comes to protocols, you are advised to at least always check the government websites of the country of destination that you are flying to. Now, also, they have mentioned that all fully vaccinated travelers can enter Singapore quarantine-free if you have not visited countries in the Ministry of Health's restricted category in the past 7 days, meaning Singapore's Ministry of Health, restricted category. Now, upon checking the Ministry of Health in Singapore website, as of March 24, 2022, it stated that all countries and regions will come under the general travel category to begin with, and currently there are no countries or regions in the restricted category. Well, that's quite great news to all of us. And that came from the www.moh.gov.sg website. So let us just take a look who are the allowed travelers to Singapore. First and foremost, we have the Singapore citizens. Number two, Singapore permanent residents, then long-term pass holders, short-term visitors, and work permit holders. So those are the 5 allowed travelers to enter Singapore. Please take note, all fully vaccinated travelers and non-fully vaccinated children aged 12 and below are permitted to enter Singapore. Now, non-fully vaccinated long-term pass holders or LTPH and short-term visitors or STVs aged 13 and above are generally not allowed to enter Singapore with the following exceptions. Long-term pass holders who are medically ineligible for vaccines, and then long-term pass holders aged 13 to 17, subject to the appropriate measures, long-term pass holders and short-term visitors with other valid entry approval, example for compassionate reasons. Please take note, a visitor should not, visitors should ensure that their passport is valid for at least 6 months. Entries for long-term pass holders and visitors can be denied if the required documents are not produced during the pre-boarding or immigration clearance. Other travelers are required to secure entry approvals are the following. Non-Malaysian male work permit holders in construction like marine and process sectors, or dormitory-bound work permit holders. Now, let us just take a look at the second topic. What are the accepted COVID-19 vaccination for travel to Singapore? Now, you can also check the complete details from safetravel.ica.gov.sg. Now, they said All travelers aged 12 and below do not need to be vaccinated for entry to Singapore. Travelers aged 13 and above are only considered fully vaccinated for purposes of entry to Singapore if they meet either of the following conditions at least 2 weeks before arrival in Singapore. If not, they are considered non-fully vaccinated. The first dose will be one dose from Janssen or Johnson and Johnson, AstraZeneca. Okay, the rest that I will be mentioning, so for them, it's 2 doses at least 24 days apart. So this will be for AstraZeneca, Covaxin, and Moderna, while for Serum Institute of India, 2 doses at least 24 days apart. For Novavax, this will be 2 doses at least 17 days apart, and same thing with Pfizer, BioNTech, so and Sinopharm. So those are the three that are required to have 2 doses of at least 7 days apart. While Sinovac, on the other hand, so it requires 2 doses at least 13 days apart, and any of the above WHO EUL vaccines mixed. So 2 doses at least 7 days apart. Now, these are the accepted vaccinations for COVID-19 if ever you'll be traveling to Singapore. Now, let us just take a look. Now, there are 2 types of documents that you have to provide. One will be the medical requirements, and the second one will be the travel documents. Let's start with the medical requirements. For fully vaccinated travelers, proof of vaccination is a must. And at the same time, you have to provide a negative RT-PCR test or professionally administered rapid antigen test by any DOH accredited laboratories, or a rapid antigen test supervised by licensed Singapore providers within 2 days before your departure. Now, the pre-departure test report must be in English or accompanied with a notarized English translation containing the following details. The first one will be the traveler's name, the date of birth or passport number for the passport used to travel to Singapore, and it must reflect the date and result of the COVID-19 test. Please take note, everyone, travelers who tested positive for COVID-19 between 7 to 90 days before the date of departure may check the self-help checker from http://www.checkfirst.gov.sg in order for you to know if you may be exempted from the pre-departure testing. So, again, if ever that you've had COVID-19 or you recovered already from COVID-19, you must show any of the following documents as proof of recovery in lieu to the negative pre-departure test. So you have to show them the medical discharge memo issued by the relevant state authority or licensed medical professional, result of a positive COVID-19 RT-PCR test administered at an internationally accredited or recognized lab, clinic, or medical facility. And it's very important for you to also provide the result of the positive antigen test administered by a trained professional. So these are the documents that they will be looking for you in case you have just recently recovered from COVID-19. Now, how about for unvaccinated travelers? So what will be required from you? Yes, you heard me right. Even if you're unvaccinated, you can still travel to Singapore. The first requirement will be the negative RT-PCR test or professionally administered rapid antigen test from any of the DOH accredited laboratories or rapid antigen test supervised by a licensed Singapore provider within 2 days before your departure. Now, short-term visitors who are not fully vaccinated and are required to have travel insurance for their COVID-19 related medical treatment and hospitalization costs in Singapore should ensure that your insurance has a minimum coverage of 30,000 Singaporean dollars. And for entry approval, you must have what we call, for example, the exemption will be Singapore citizens, long-term pass holders below 18 years old, and short-term visitors below 12 years of age, and or permanent residence. Now, 7 days a stay home notice. Now, what is this? So this is what we call the SHM at a declared place of accommodation. So the swabbing will be done on the 7th day. So these are the medical requirements for anyone traveling to Singapore, whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated. Now, let us just take a look. So, what are the travel documents on the other hand? If you'll be entering or flying to Singapore, you must be prepared for this. So, you must prepare for this. So, number one, all travelers must use Trace Together app. Now, you have to ensure that you download this. Now, upon arrival, you have to complete the SG arrival card. Now, the SG arrival card or SGAC is a simple and free arrival declaration of your travel and health details. Complete your SG arrival card or SGAC within 3 days before your arrival in Singapore. If you are a Singapore citizen, a permanent resident, or long-term pass holder arriving via air or sea, SGAC is not required to those arriving by land. Now, a non-resident or those who do not hold any Singapore-issued pass, citizenship, or permanent residency, or in principle approval pass entering Singapore are required to complete this SG arrival card. For more details about the basic requirements or basic travel requirements if you'll be flying with Philippine Airlines, please watch my other videos. But when it comes to the basic travel documents and medical requirements to enter Singapore, these are all the details that I have shared to you, and looking forward that you'll have a great vacation. Or if you're going back to your work in Singapore, that you'll have a great stay, and at the same time you stay healthy and of course stay safe. Now, if you find this video very helpful, I'm inviting you to please click like, and at the same time, I'm inviting you to subscribe to my YouTube channels. Now, this channel that I have is my first channel. I'm inviting you to subscribe to Jamey Iris TALK TV, where we will be talking about travel details, travel updates, current events, and other informative videos that will be helpful for you. And my second YouTube channel is all about career and training. If you want to grow in your career, whether you are a newly graduate or if you also have children who will just be graduating from college, you can ask them to subscribe to my second channel. And if you are trying to find a job and you want to know what are the best ways, tips on how you can land a great job both locally and internationally, please subscribe to that channel. It will not only teach you or, give you tips on how you can land a great job, but at the same time, if you're already in your job, how can you get promoted? How can you grow and develop and at the same time excel in the midst of challenges and of course working in a very diverse place that has different cultures, and of course if you've been working with different nationalities, how can you be successful? I am a learning and development manager, a global trainer who definitely would want to help you also as my profession, to become the best that you can be in the workplace. And of course, for this channel, definitely I'll share to you, information that will be very helpful for you as a traveler. So with that, everyone, may God bless you. I'll see you in my channels and in my next video. So with that, everyone, thank you so much. May God bless you. Stay safe and stay healthy.